We're live.
Good morning and welcome to the Pete Braley Show. This is show number 193. I'm Pete Braley along with my co-host, the show creator, the executive producer, the all-around great guy. I don't think I forgot anything. That'd be my son, Matt.
And the guy that needs to go steal a tennis ball from Charlie because he's destroying it. My son, Matt. Yeah. Good morning, everybody.
Yeah, we have a tennis ball story to tell you in a moment, but thank you for choosing us today. Our goal is to simply start your day off on a positive note, so if you like what we do, please be sure to hit the like button and subscribe so that you don't miss any future shows. We are live on YouTube weekday mornings at 8 o'clock and also available wherever you find your favorite podcast. Coming up today, it's day 3 for the Stumpah, and yet another clue. We'll play Would You Rather? Also, a story about how you can work smarter, not harder. My mother used to always say that. And inflation hitting everybody, including the tooth fairy. All right, we have those stories and more coming up. But, yeah, Trish and I went to, Job Lot, Ocean State Job Lot this weekend. She wanted some planting pots, some flower pots. And, of course, you have to browse. You know, you just can't go to Job Lot. Job Lot is does everybody have a Job Lot? I don't know. Job Lot is like just they've got everything. You know, it's like Benny's used to be here in New England. We miss Benny's. So as we're walking around, we of course go by the dog toys, and there's a giant tennis ball there. It's like this big. What'd you say? So she decided to get it for Charlie, and I said, Charlie's not going to be able to play with, because, you know, he likes to pick up tennis balls in his mouth and chase them around. But sure enough, we got home, and he loved it. We'll have to take a video of Charlie playing with the tennis ball.
Yeah, it's like the size of a soccer ball.
The only problem is he's found a way to get the fuzz off.
Of course.
I think all dogs have a way of getting the fuzz off tennis balls. But yeah, that's so Matt just had to go rescue the
Well, normally we keep an eye on him and we don't let him eat the fuzz.
Right.
But we're a little busy currently. So yeah, I didn't want him to start eating fuzz, you know?
Plus, the ball is big enough that it could send a camera flying.
Too.
If he gets it going around the room.
Yeah.
So, yeah. Anyway, good morning. Hope you had a nice weekend. Welcome to May. Hooray, hooray, the beginning of May. I did see people on Facebook yesterday posting rabbit.
There's never going to be a month where I remember. I'm going to be honest. I mean, you guys remind me, and then 30 days go by. So, yeah, I forgot again.
You're supposed to say rabbit, rabbit, rabbit. The first things out of your mouth on the first day of the month. So, we shall see. A lot going on this month. Look at the National Month list, and it's American Cheese Month. I love me some American cheese.
Who doesn't, right?
Yeah, I get that on my Chick-fil-A sandwich, too. Oh, that's so good. It is Correct Your Posture Month. Set up a treat. It's National Asparagus Month, something he will not be celebrating.
No.
National Dental Care Month. It's National Military Appreciation Month. National Motorcycle Awareness Month. Yes, know that they're back on the roads.
Yes.
It is Date Your Mate Month. I guess Mom and I are supposed to have a date night.
Date your mate. Oh,
date your mate.
That's what it means.
That's how I take it.
I didn't know if it was like start dating your best friend. It's like,
hey mate.
Interesting.
It's National Barbecue Month.
Nice.
Oh yeah.
In May? Well, I guess Memorial Day.
Yeah, that would be the kickoff.
I feel like that should be a summer month.
Right,
though.
Right. It's National Bike Month. Time to get your bike out and get it set to ride around. It's National Hamburger Month, which I guess coordinates with Barbecue Month.
True.
Right?
Yeah.
National Photography Month, National Salad Month, and National Strawberry Month. That's true. It is. This is the time strawberry. I think around here, though, they are probably at their peak in June. But I know Sarah's gone strawberry picking down in Virginia.
Liam had a blast.
Yes, he did. It is National Life Insurance Day. Make sure you have some, I guess. It's National Truffle Day. Traditionally, chocolatiers make the sweet confection with a chocolate ganache center. I just love saying ganache.
I know, ganache.
Coated in chocolate, icing, cocoa powder, chopped nuts, which you'd like to leave out, coconut, which I'd like to leave out, and they may fill the truffle with some yummy surprises. Maybe we should get some chocolate truffles.
Like nacho cheese. No, I don't know what the surprises are.
It's also Melanoma Monday. The American Academy of Dermatology has set aside this day to raise awareness about skin cancer. So, Melanoma Monday for you.
Wear sunscreen and go get your skin checked.
There you go.
Yes.
On the Datebook on this day in 1954, Stan Musial hit 5 home runs in the doubleheader. Wow. That's pretty productive. On this day in 1999, John Elway announced his retirement from the NFL. On this day in 2000, President Bill Clinton, I did not know this. President Bill Clinton announced that accurate GPS access would no longer be restricted to the U.S. military.
Wow.
We all get access to it because of that, I guess.
Well, only if you had one of them fancy Garmins.
Oh, yeah. Remember that? Oh, yeah. You had to have the Garmin plugged into the cigarette lighter usually.
Had to plug it into your computer to update it to make sure it had all the bridges and tunnels.
That's right. Yeah. That's right. On this day in 2008, the first film in the Marvel Cinematic Universe was released. Iron Man came out on this day in 2008, starring Robert Downey Jr. as Tony Stark.
And our lives would never be the same.
And on this day in 2011, Osama bin Laden was killed by U.S. Special Forces in Abbottabad. Celebrity birthdays today. Do you remember hearing about this guy? Engelbert Humperdinck?
Maybe.
Okay, he's like he's a Las Vegas showman.
Okay.
So he would always do shows in Vegas, but the name Engelbert Humperdinck, he's still with us and he's 86. Lou Graham of Foreigner, 72. Dwayne "The Rock" Johnson is 50 today. David Beckham is 47. Ellie Kemper, who played Aaron on The Office, is 42. And baseball's Jared Saltalamacchia is 37.
What a guy.
I always loved, seeing him with the away uniform where they have the names on the back. His name would start like down by the armpit and go all the way around.
Completely.
That's like
covering the jersey.
Who's the basketball player? Giannis
Antetokounmpo.
Thank you. Yeah. I always count on him to say
his
that.
does the same thing.
Same thing. I saw him yesterday playing. Celtics lost.
Yeah, that's all right. That's
only game one.
Yeah, but I also love Jared Saltalamacchia's hair. He's got some beautiful curls, man. That's just out of the back of the catcher's helmet. Mm-hmm. So nice.
I don't know what he's doing now. I know he did some games for Nesson. That's right. He's not playing anymore.
No.
So I know he did some games for Nesson, but I don't know.
Jared, where are you?
Yeah. And I think Mia had a birthday this weekend, so we have to say happy birthday to Mia.
And Mia gets to be the first ever recipient of the new birthday button.
Yeah.
That's what I'm talking about. We might get copyrighted, but who cares?
Who cares, right?
Who doesn't love this? You know what I'm saying?
Hope you had a great birthday, Mia.
Yeah.
All right, what do we have going on in the chats this morning?
I don't know. I was too busy dancing.
Oh, okay.
Let's see. Abby's already been having a Monday. She said, got all the way to work and forgot my phone at home.
Oh.
Man. I'm afraid to say it because then I feel like it's going to happen to me. But, I don't know if I could do that. I always kind of know whether or not especially because I listen to music in the car. So I would know before I leave whether or not it's a problem.
Yeah.
Also, GPS, I don't know how to get places.
I think I did that once. I think I went, and the ironic thing is, I only worked a mile away from home. So, I could have turned around and gone back, but I did remember getting to the radio station without my phone. Felt naked all day. I felt completely lost.
Now, I'm trying to think. Could you go the whole day, or do you go home and get it?
I don't remember what I did. But
I'm trying to think. Well, I'm trying to think. I'd probably leave it at home. Just try and go the day without it.
Well, again, I was only a mile away.
Yeah, your situation was a little bit different.
Right.
Abby's like 4 hours away. This is Vermont we're talking about.
No, but she wasn't 4 hours away from home.
That's how spaced out things are in Vermont.
Oh, I see.
That's what I was trying to say. Yes. Thank you for having me explain my joke. It makes the joke funnier. Abby, did you go home and get it?
Yes,
let us know.
Well, obviously, she
could be watching on a computer.
She could be. That's true.
Yeah. We don't know.
That's true.
By the way, I'm not going to judge how she watches.
By the way, we had a great visit with Abby. She was here, Thursday and Friday?
Yes. And Abby, did you tell the hotel about the moldy coffee pot?
Yeah, did we mention that?
I don't know if we did, but the coffee pot in her room was extremely moldy.
Yes.
So did you tell somebody, and did you get a discount or something?
I would hope so.
Abby also said she's been thinking about the Stumpah all weekend. That's what I'm talking about.
That's what he likes to see happen. Yeah.
Yes, that means we're just in your brains all the time.
And we actually debated the clue last night because we were like, that one's going to give it away.
We had good clues, but we thought it would definitely lead to a winner.
Right.
So we chose for your sake, a worse clue. For our sake, a better clue.
Kind of a random clue, yeah.
Let's see. Lori's here. She says, my lab mix does that. Peels the tennis ball. Yeah.
Yeah.
I honestly wish they just came as the rubber ball. Like, just don't waste the time with the fuzz.
True.
It's just stressful for all of us dog owners.
Kat and Josh, their new I met Kenzie yesterday, and
too cute.
Same thing. Choose the fuzz off a tennis ball.
Yeah.
I don't know what it is.
Again, let's just stop putting the fuzz. Or put it on better, please.
Can you explain to me why you guys don't like fuzz? Huh?
He says it's not that we don't like it. It's that we love it much.
Then
so we have to peel it off.
We can eat it.
Exactly. And let's see. Dana says, my dog used to bury tennis balls.
Wow. Bury them?
Yeah.
I see burying bones and stuff, but burying... Well, okay.
Bury a tennis ball.
Yeah.
Same thing. You don't want anyone touching a tennis ball.
Did you ever hit one with the lawnmower, Dana? I have.
Oh, yeah.
Scared the hell out of me.
I feel like if you've cut the grass long enough, you've had to have hit a tennis ball.
Scared the hell out of it because they explode.
Yeah.
You know?
But what's even worse is when you have headphones in, because I don't think you would cut the grass with headphones in.
No, I didn't. No.
I did. And so you just hear it and you're like, what just happened? Like, you're not even entirely sure what you just did.
It ranks right up there with coming across a snake in the yard. You know, when you're mowing and I guess they're called what, garter snakes? You're mowing along and all of a sudden something moves and you go, whoa!
Maybe I just don't pay attention. Knock on wood, though, because hopefully this doesn't happen to me. But I don't really run into that problem all that much.
That's good.
But again, maybe I'm just not paying attention.
Right.
I'm just off in a daydream somewhere. But anyways, just last thing, Abby said the charger came unplugged during the night, so I threw it on the charger this morning and forgot it. And she said, of course I did. I got to win the Stumpah. So she got it.
Okay.
So she does watch on her phone.
Right. So she got thrown out of her routine last night. That's what happened. And her routine this morning. That's why she forgot her phone.
Yeah, and Dana said removing myself from the Stumpah till a new one. Do you know the answer? Did someone tell you the answer?
Did Trish tell you the answer?
Trish.
Oh.
We'll find out.
Okay.
But I respect that, Dana.
A couple of comments, by the way, on our video of the Foodie Friday with the Twinkies. Number one, my friend Greg down in Tampa said, "What kind of boy advances to adulthood, to manhood, without trying a Twinkie?" So I replied that I obviously failed as a father.
Well, joke's on him. I haven't grown up yet. So.
But our friend Paul said, my favorite similar snack since I was a kid is Drake's Funny Bone.
Okay.
It's I believe, wasn't it a chocolate cake with chocolate coating, but it was filled with peanut butter.
That sounds good.
He said they stopped making them a few years ago, but they are back in selected stores.
Someone let me know the store.
All right.
I would like to try Drake's Funny Bone. Drake's Funny Bone?
Drake's Funny Bone, yeah.
Okay.
And Jason said, try one fried. This is the Twinkie. He said, try one fried next time. I've had a fried Oreo.
Yep, me too.
But I've never had a fried Twinkie, and I don't know where we can get that except like
a fair.
Yeah. Right? So we'll have to keep an eye out for them. All right, in the news, we were talking about cutting the grass. No Mow May is a thing. It's a new movement that started in the UK, and it's gaining traction here in the US as a way to help our yards and help the bees. The idea is that you won't mow your lawn for the entire month of May. Can you imagine?
That sounds fantastic.
The grass will grow, lawn flowers will bloom, and native bees will emerge from hibernation, and they will feast on the local pollen. Now, if you choose to participate, good luck getting that one by Trish.
Yeah, that's what I'm trying to figure out right now.
If you choose to participate, you might want to inform your neighbors so they don't think you're just being lazy. Also, if you have an HOA, you'll want to make sure that you won't get fined for extremely tall grass heights. Most HOAs start having a problem if the lawn extends past 8 or 10 inches tall.
Well, the good news is we don't have an HOA. But how do I get that approved by Trish? I'm trying to think. It would be health. I've been saying this. It's healthier for the yard to let the grass grow.
We were talking about this.
That's why I haven't cut it yet.
This weekend, you were saying, should I give it? Because it's only
really patchy right now.
It's only growing in patches.
Yeah, it wouldn't be good to cut it right now.
Yeah.
But Trish really wants it cut. What do I do? Do we have any lawn people here?
You can't go.
How do I talk to my mom about not cutting the grass?
You can't go till the end of May. I can't see that.
I mean, it would be great for me. But I think it would be great for the lawn. I don't know. I gotta talk to Trish.
The original cast of That 70s Show will come back in their roles for the 90s show. That 90s Show, it's on Netflix, or will be. Topher Grace, Mila Kunis, Ashton Kutcher, Laura Prepon, and Wilmer Valderrama will make guest appearances in the Netflix series. Kurtwood Smith and Deborah Jo Rupp, they played the mom and dad, right? Mm-hmm. They will also be back in the show. Danny Masterson will not be back, though. What was his character's name? Hyde?
Hyde, yeah.
He will not be back because he's currently facing trial for some abuse situations.
Yeah.
So he's a little tied up. A bat used by Jackie Robinson in the 1949 All-Star Game sold for $1.08 million at auction yesterday. That bat, just one bat, that bat was one of only two that were manufactured for the All-Star Game and is stamped with Robinson's signature at the barrel. Robinson, by the way, went 1 for 4 in the game, hitting a double and scoring 3 runs, which
all right.
is pretty cool.
Yeah.
Even for $1 million. California has begun construction on the world's largest animal crossing. The 200-foot-plus bridge, a footbridge, will go over busy U.S. Highway 101 just north of Los Angeles. The Wallace-Annenberg Wildlife Crossing will allow mountain lions, deer, coyotes, and other wildlife, oh, hi, you'll love it, to cross safely over the busy highway and into the Santa Monica Mountains. The majority of the $90 million price tag came from private donations, which is so cool that people step, because I can just imagine going before city council saying, we need this bridge so the deer can cross the highway. Why don't they just cross somewhere else? And if you're someone who thinks that fighting is the best part of hockey, well, you're going to love this. There is a new league that has been created that focuses entirely on the fighting without all the actual hockey.
It's called boxing.
No, they're calling it Ice Wars, and it pits hockey enforcers against each other at center ice. Each match consists of 2 one-minute rounds with a 30-second break in the middle so the fighters can catch their breath and collect themselves. Ice Wars is headed by A.J. Galante, who was the general manager of a former minor league franchise called the Danbury Thrashers, which was known for its violent brand of hockey on the ice. It was also the subject of a Netflix documentary titled Untold Crime and Penalties. Ice Wars will feature former players from the AHL and other pro leagues. No former NHL players have signed up yet. The league will kick off May 21st.
See, what I think is great about the fighting in hockey is that you're not supposed to do it, yet they do it.
Yeah, they do.
I don't know if that's that interesting, you know?
If that's the sole purpose of this event is to fight?
Yeah.
Yeah. Because
also, if you want to watch people fight, just watch the UFC. You know?
Last time I went to a hockey game, sure enough, there was a, and it's funny because it's like the whole arena, when the gloves go down and the guys start, the whole arena goes, here we go.
Because you're also not expecting it. You know what I'm saying? I mean, even though you've seen fights in a hockey game, it's still kind of, I don't know. Just feels different.
Yeah.
Dana, how do you feel? I know Dana's a big hockey fan.
Hockey fan.
How do you feel about that, Dana?
Bruins starting tonight in the playoffs.
Game 1.
All right, shall we get to the Stumpah?
Let's do it.
Our day 3 for the Stumpah, and our question for you is, 7% of us say we never do this. What is this?
What is it?
All right. So we gave you a hint the other day. What did we say? Most would consider this pretty gross. And then it got kind of confusing, right? Because people were saying, what, is it the 93% that think it's gross? Most of us.
I think you guys are overthinking it.
Yeah. So our hint today is those of us that do it every day.
But again, 7% of us never do this.
Right. So those are right.
Yes.
I'm not going to elaborate.
Yeah.
7% of us say we never do this. What is this? Most would consider it kind of gross, and those of us that do it every day. So that's our clue for today.
Yes, sir.
All right. So as we wait for your answers, you can fill them out in the chat, or if you're listening to us, as we said, on a podcast or later in the day, go ahead and claim you won. We're fine with that.
Sure.
Yeah, celebrate. Our fascinating fact today, Do your fingernails grow faster when you are cold or warm? Or is there no difference? Well, the nail grows slower in cold weather and faster in warm weather because...
It needs the sunshine.
No, but good point. Okay. Because your circulation is slower in cold weather. That causes growth to slow down.
That makes sense.
So when your circulation is flowing in the warm weather, your nails grow.
Interesting.
Yes, indeed.
Everybody cut your nails. All right. Should we get to the stump?
And watch out where you cut them. That's always been a big thing around,
Huh?
Well, you don't cut your fingernails, like...
Oh, like on the subway.
Yeah.
Okay, right. I get what you're saying now. At first I was like, what do you mean? There's only one place to cut them. You cut them on your nail.
And can I ask something? The other day, I was trimming my nails.
Okay.
And Priscilla said, they fly everywhere when you do that. I'm like, don't they fly everywhere on everybody? I mean, can you...
Yeah,
Can you control the splash zone?
Some of us realize where it goes and, we pick it up.
Oh.
Some other people... but let me put it this way.
Clueless.
Our trash can is very close to the stove, so... Trish gets a little aggravated when she may find a fingernail clipping up near the stove.
Oh, yeah. I see. Don't want to add that to the mix?
No.
Don't want to add that to the sauce?
And if there's food on the counter or something, don't cut your nails, please.
Don't go near it. Okay.
I'm looking at you.
I am well aware of that.
All right. Anyway,
what do we got?
Stumpah time.
7% of us say we never do this. What is this?
Abby says clean the car.
No.
Nope. Not it. Double buzzer for some reason. Justin says eat off the ground.
No.
We all do it. Abby says wear deodorant.
No.
Yes, everybody please wear deodorant.
Yes, please.
Justin says trim nails.
Trim nail? No.
Abby says wear underwear.
Wear underwear? No. What? Yes. I'm sorry. Abby, you got it. Go ahead. Do the thing. Do the happy time. I got...
Congrats, Abby.
Congrats. Yeah. 7% of us say we never wear underwear. I got... Take it down, please. There we go.
The answer is wear underwear. On the paper, it literally says wear underwear right there.
I got confused because of the whole never do this thing.
I'm waiting for him to go, yes, that's it. That's what he does every time. Yes. I'm waiting for it.
I'm Game Show
Larry. And he goes, no, that's not it. Well, what do I do now?
I got confused on the thing about 7%.
7% never wear underwear.
Yeah, so, Abby, you won.
Yes.
It's Monday, man.
Abby, I am going to need you to swear on a Bible that you didn't read my outline while you were here. I'm just saying. It was here,
I don't think
she would.
Because you can't get in that corner too easily.
I just need you to swear on a Bible.
Okay.
That's it. That's all I need. Hey, Charles, don't rip up the couch, my man.
And Dana, why did you remove yourself from the Stumpah?
He said he cheated.
He cheated? Oh.
Was it too unbearable to wait the whole weekend so you had to look it up? Because if so, I've succeeded.
But I got to give it to him, though.
What?
He took himself. He took himself out of the competition.
I like it. No cheating. Yeah. He knows. No cheating. One last thing here. Lori says about the animal bridge. Are we going to put good signage up for the animals? How are they going to know to take the bridge? That's a good point. And can we make sure it's a working sign, unlike the one for our bridge? Sometimes might be right, sometimes might be wrong.
You never know. Did you ever hear the video? By the way, congratulations, Abby.
Yes.
Yeah. 7% of us say we never wear underwear. Commando, right?
Oh, Abby made a good point. I shred the outline in front of her. That's a good point.
Oh, you did?
I put it in the paper shred.
That's right.
But there was a certain amount of time when it wasn't shredded yet. But, I trust you.
Did you ever hear the tape of a woman calling into a radio show? And she was upset that there was a deer crossing sign at a certain place on the road. We've seen a deer crossing sign, right?
Okay.
She was upset that this sign was right in a heavily trafficked area. So she said, and she sounded totally serious. It did not sound like it was set up. She said, why don't they move that sign to a place that's not as busy? Then the deer won't get hurt. And the host was holding a show saying, oh, so if we put the sign somewhere else, the deer are going to read it and they'll know to cross it.
That makes sense. No, that's a great point.
Yeah, we can try that. Shall we play Would You Rather?
Let's do it.
All right, it's a Monday feature here on the show. We have 5 questions for you. Tell us what you think. Would you rather go into the past and meet your ancestors, or go into the future and meet your great-great-grandchildren? My answer?
Okay.
I think I'd rather go back.
Yeah, same.
I don't know, because, I mean, if I went forward and I met the great-great-grandchildren, it's like I would know everything that's going to happen, so where's the surprise in life? You know what I mean?
Oh, okay. You're thinking that way.
Yeah, what were you thinking?
I don't know. I was thinking, mine was pretty morbid thinking. I was thinking, global warming and just kind of the state of the world is going in. Probably don't want to go
You
ahead.
don't want to see what's ahead?
Nah,
Yeah.
We'll get there eventually.
Yeah.
Plus, it'd be more interesting to go back, I think.
I think so. And I'm going to get kind of serious with you here on a Monday morning.
Oh, okay.
Well, my dad died when I was 6.
Okay.
So it'd be I never really knew my dad. So it'd be kind of cool to go back and because I had an uncle who's since passed, who I used to ask him, I was like, what did my dad like to do? Because I never knew. And he said, he would bowl a lot. So I'm like, I never knew that. I never knew Dad liked to go bowling.
So you guys could go bowling.
Yeah. So it'd be nice to go back and meet him.
I like it.
Yep.
I like it. That's a valid answer. Okay. And now nobody else can win because Pete won. Pete had the best answer.
I wasn't trying to win.
No, I'm just kidding. That was a good answer, though.
Anybody else? Would you rather go back?
Everybody says go to the past, I think. Let me see. Yes.
Yeah.
Everybody says go to the past. Val's made a good point. She said no kids, go to the past. Yeah, what happens if you don't have kids and you choose that thinking maybe you'll have kids at some point and then you get to the future and you're just in a desert? Like, wait a minute. I got lost here.
Wow. Okay.
Yeah, Or what if you have kids but your kids don't have kids, You just, again, you end up sitting here.
Yeah.
And
looking around.
Yeah. Hello? Somebody messed up here.
In a barren wasteland that used to be the rainforest.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah. Positive Monday morning here.
Number 2, would you rather have more time or more money? I'm not sure about this one.
It's also tough because, in today's society, if you have more money, you do end up having more time. Because if you have enough money, you don't have to work, which gives you more time.
Right.
So it's kind of, I don't know.
But then I don't know. Having more money seems to generate more headaches, doesn't it?
Yeah, I think if you have more money and you're responsible with money, maybe. But I think there's a lot of people that would probably blow through the money.
Right.
And then you end up in the same spot you're in now. I'd probably say more time.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I'm leaning that way too.
More time in a day, though. Like, don't give me a longer life. Give me a longer day.
Oh.
You know what I'm saying?
Okay.
Which I guess would result in a longer life. But
yeah, would balance out. I think.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Give me a longer day. Add like 5 or 6 hours onto the day, please. More time. More time.
More time?
Let's see. Gail, Gary, they both said time. Justin said more time, but in this economy, money. Yeah, right? Right. Lori says there is a moose crossing sign right next to my house. Well, tell him to move it.
Move it, and then the moose will cross somewhere else.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Abby says time, and I'll make more money. That is a good point. You could spend more time working and make more money. Or, hey, Charles, hey, don't drink that water.
He's drinking plant water.
Charles, come on. That's like the equivalent of toilet water for you, man.
You think so?
Well, I mean, he pees on plants.
Oh, good point.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Same thing.
I get your point.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Anyways, Mia says, I'm thinking more money because I can use the money to pay for things that would give me more time. Example, maid or chef. Good point.
Good point.
Good point.
Yep. All right.
Yeah, I don't. Val says depends on the amount of more money. True. Do we have a number, Pete?
No, I do not.
He never prepares.
You know
Val
how
says
this game works.
Val says enough to retire. I'll have more time. Enough money for McDonald's. More time. That's true. That's true.
Yeah.
So yeah, probably more time.
More time.
So that's my gut reaction.
Yeah, I'm going that way too.
All right, next question.
Would you rather be able to talk with animals or speak all foreign languages? Now, this one came to me quick. I would rather be able to talk to animals because I spend my days with Charlie. I always have dogs around, puppies around. It'd be so cool to be able to communicate.
Yeah, but what if this whole time that we're like, oh, dogs are pretty smart. What? We've gone 193 shows. Now he wants to start chewing my wires. That's not a good idea for any of us, Charles.
He says, well, you won't let me drink plant water.
Well, don't. That's disgusting. Anyways,
do something.
We all think dogs are really smart, right? What if we can finally talk to dogs and they're just like, food?
Hey.
Food? Food?
Food? Food?
Food?
How about
like
now?
That'd probably get a little annoying.
It would.
Also, I think of a dog like Oscar. You remember how Oscar, when it was dinner time,
Oh, yeah.
that dude would howl
Yep.
until he got his food. The second it hit 5 o'clock, he would go crazy.
And as he got older, we started creeping towards, he thought dinner time was 3:30.
His sense of time decreased a little bit with old age.
Crazy.
But that's what I think. He would just scream food at you all the time. I don't know about that.
No.
Speaking a lot of languages, though,
Would you like that?
you can make a lot of money doing that. Translating and stuff like that.
Yeah.
I don't know. Plus, I mean, you could go anywhere in the world, talk to anybody, understand everything.
True.
I'd probably languages. Yeah.
You go with languages?
I like Charlie and I's relationship.
All right.
The way it is.
I'll
He
go
can't
with it.
talk. I can talk.
I'll go with animals. He goes with language.
You can say all of your feelings to Charlie, and he can't talk
He
back.
won't tell anyone.
No, yeah, he won't. He can keep all your secrets.
That's right.
Next thing you know, he's telling everybody your deepest, darkest secrets.
Yep.
Yeah.
Hey, you know what Matt said about you?
Yeah. Hey, Matt wears a wig. I swear. Yeah. Anyways, what's the next one?
Would you rather be stuck on an island alone or with someone who talks incessantly? My initial reaction is I'd rather be alone than someone who just all day.
Yeah, but you probably end up going. Well, see, either way, you probably end up going crazy.
Going crazy, right?
Plus, I mean, at least I don't know. Could you? We joke about it, but could you imagine being alone on an island? At least with somebody else, you got somebody to figure stuff out with, right?
That's true. But remember, they're talking from the minute they wake up till the minute they go to sleep. Hey, you know what that reminds me of? Back in 1974, I did this.
How big's the island? Can you just get lost, hide?
Yeah,
Ultimate game of hide and seek.
Hey, I need my alone time. Remember, I get 3 hours alone every day.
Probably even as annoying as it would be with somebody else.
Would you?
Yeah. Coming from me, who enjoys my alone time.
That's true.
But I told you, I think very logically with this stuff. Best chance of survival with somebody else.
With somebody else.
Plus, food gets scarce. Got to do what you got to do. You know what I'm saying? No, I'm kidding. A lot of people said alone, though.
They'd rather be alone. Yeah.
Gail said island alone. Dana said alone. Justin said alone because I'd go crazier faster with the constant talking. True.
Yeah.
I mean, everybody's got to sleep at some point, right?
Hopefully.
Gail says probably talking in their sleep, too. That's a good point. Mia says someone who talks, I work from home, and when my hubby is away, got the guard. When my hubby is away, I don't talk to anyone for days, and it drives me insane. Yes, that's what I was saying. I feel like you got to go with someone who talks, as annoying as it might be.
Yeah.
Maybe it's not
Good
that
point.
annoying if you're alone on an island.
Could be. Good
That's
points,
my
everybody.
thought.
Good points. And our final would you rather question for this week. Would you rather have nosy neighbors or noisy neighbors?
Noisy.
You'd rather have noisy?
Yeah, I'm also noisy. So
Okay.
I play music nonstop. So it would just be a battle. Who's ever
Those
noisier.
nosy neighbors would always be looking.
Plus, I'm just a loud person. I yell a lot. I sing a lot. I honestly, I'm concerned if I could ever live in an apartment. I feel like I would get noise complaints all the time.
Didn't you say the other day, though, because I think Mom walked in your room or knocked on the door and walked in to say goodnight, and it was very warm in your room, and you said that, well, I do that as a courtesy to the neighbors.
Yeah, she always says, why isn't your window open? And I open my windows when I know I'm going to be silent. So, like, when I'm sleeping, I'll open my window.
Okay.
But, like, when I'm awake, I either have music pretty loud, I'm watching a movie, or I'm doing, like, vocal exercises, which sounds like a dead animal. So I'm being nice to the neighbors because they don't want to hear that. Half the time, I don't want to hear that.
Okay. So you're not a noisy neighbor. But
I'm still
could be.
probably
You
am.
could be.
Yeah,
Okay.
it probably bleeds through the window.
So what do you think? Would you rather have a nosy neighbor, somebody who's always trying to figure out your business, or would you rather have a noisy neighbor?
But that's the other thing. I don't want a stalker. I don't want someone peeking in my windows or something.
That's the thing, though. As long as they're not noisy all the time, that would drive me crazy.
I don't know. Would you rather? So you probably got to go to the extreme, right?
Yeah.
So noisy all the time. You have me living here.
Oh, yeah.
So you already live with a noisy neighbor.
Kind of get used to that.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
Exactly. Justin says noisy. Val says, I got both. I can ignore them. Abby says noisy 100%. Yeah, it's easy for Abby because the nearest neighbor is like 7 miles away.
Probably,
So,
yeah.
For her, it's impossible to be noisy. And if they're trespassing, there you go. Just call the cops or something. Gail says nosy, though. Interesting.
Oh, well, guess she does like noise.
I guess.
Yeah.
But nosy neighbors, though, you'd want that? It'd be really annoying. all up in your business.
Well, you can kind of control that though, right? By like closing your curtain, like don't let them see.
I guess put the house on lockdown. And now have vitamin D deficiency because you can never open your curtains, never see the sun ever. All right. Anyways, that's Would You Rather.
All right,
Wait, is there another one or no?
No, that's it.
All right.
That was the 5. That's Would You Rather for this week. Are you a Monopoly fan?
Yes.
Yes, we played that over there. One of the 6 retired Monopoly tokens will be making a comeback, and it's up to us to decide. Hasbro Gaming, which is the maker of Monopoly, announced last week a fan vote to bring back a classic token, which includes thimble, wheelbarrow, iron, boot, horse and rider, and money bag. A senior vice president said, "We know that fans across the globe have been missing the tokens of their childhood, and now is the chance to take a trip back down memory lane and bring one of them back." Of course, many of us still have our original Monopoly games, right? So we still have these tokens.
I don't think we do. We have the 2004 Red Sox World Series Monopoly.
I think that's the only one we have, right? The return of one token, though, means that one of the current tokens has to go.
Aw.
Now, what are the current tokens? Well, they have the Scotty Dog, they have the Battleship, the race car, the top hat, they have a penguin, they have a T-Rex. There's a T-Rex token.
Interesting.
It also says Hazel, which I don't know what that is.
Yeah, I don't. That's weird.
And there's a Rubber Ducky token. One of them will be sent off to retirement as we vote one back.
I'm voting Hazel. Get out of here because I don't know what you are.
I don't know what you are.
And you got to bring back the thimble. That's a classic.
Yeah, that is. Hello, dear.
You got to bring back the thimble for sure.
That is a classic.
Yeah.
Voting officially started on Thursday. This past Thursday. It'll last for 3 weeks, at which time Hasbro will announce the results. The updated tokens will appear on shelves this fall in the U.S. and globally next spring. In 2017's most recent fan vote, the thimble, wheelbarrow, and the boot were retired.
Wow.
And replaced by the penguin, T-Rex, and rubber ducky.
So Hazel's been around this whole time? What is Hazel? I'm looking this up.
All right, you do that. You can place your vote at Monopoly Token Vote, all one word, monopolytokenvote.com. We'll figure out what Hazel is.
Hazel Monopoly piece. What do we got here?
I mean, what's...
Oh, it's the cat.
Oh, it's a cat?
It's a cat.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. Why not just call it the cat?
I know. I guess the cat's named Hazel.
Anyways, yes, it's the cat.
Okay. So you're going to vote. Are you still saying get rid of the cat and give me the thimble?
Absolutely. Give me the thimble.
All right.
For sure.
Yeah. That is a classic, though, the thimble.
Oh, yeah. Abby says, is it considered a rubber ducky if it's not made of rubber? Yeah, it's the iconic rubber ducky, you know? Everybody knows.
Yeah, that's true. Yeah. I mean, when you see that little thimble made of whatever it's made out of nowadays, when you see that little rubber ducky, I mean, you know it's a rubber ducky.
Yeah,
I would think.
Also, Emily says, I like Monopoly for about 15 minutes. I like Monopoly. No one ever wants to play it because they're like, that game never ends.
It's going to take all night. It does
end. It just may take 8 hours. Okay?
Yeah, but you used to, like you said, you look forward to having or you'd like to have one of those 4-hour video game sessions again, or 4 hours.
Oh, of course.
4 hours plus.
Oh, yeah, plus, for sure.
I'm just like, we'll have to look it up, the average time for a Monopoly game as to how long that runs.
Well, you got to get going. See, that's the thing, too, is I feel like a lot of people don't get into it with, like, the hotels and the buildings and stuff like that, you know? We never got that into it, I remember.
I get lost once we get into hotels because then you're talking about somebody's rent is like, $1,200, you know? It's like,
yeah.
Wow.
But that's the point. That's how people go bankrupt. That's how the game ends.
Yeah.
Average time of Monopoly game, around 45 minutes.
No way.
Nah.
No. That can't be right.
It says 45 minutes with only two players. With 4 or more players, it can take 90 minutes or more. Are we playing Monopoly wrong?
45 minutes can't be right. Do you think that's right? 45 minutes for an average Monopoly game?
This article, the Huffington Post, you're playing Monopoly all wrong. A typical Monopoly game is meant to last around 60 to 90 minutes, so why does it take so freaking long? Oh my, all right, maybe we'll look into this for tomorrow. Apparently we're playing Monopoly wrong. All right,
we will. We'll do a deep dive for tomorrow.
Oh my.
Because it's a couple hours at least.
I thought like 3-4 hours, but I could be wrong.
Could be wrong. All right. People in the news on this Monday morning. How long have you stayed at a job? Probably not as long as this guy. A 100-year-old Brazilian man named Walter Orthman is being called the world's most loyal employee and has even been recognized by the Guinness Book of Records for having the longest career with the same company. Walter has worked for the same textile company for, wait for it, 84 years. He started working there in 1938 when he was 15, and he hasn't stopped. Nor does he plan to retire anytime soon. He says, you have to like to work. I started to work with that willingness and fighting spirit. You can't just do any job to say that you're working. That doesn't work. You're not going to be able to stand it. And his advice for anyone hoping to work to 100 is, don't be angry. Do everything laughing. Just do what you like to do. I like working here at the company. Don't have enemies. Apologize when you have to. Live calmly. Life is just a passage here on earth. Enjoy it and do what you want.
He must, A, have a good boss, and B, have people he likes working with.
True.
I think without those two things, there's no way you're
No.
staying at a job for 80 whatever years.
And yeah, that line kind of caught me. His advice for anyone hoping to work to 100. How many of us hope to work to 100?
That's true. That's a good point. Yeah.
Don't we all have in mind at some point you're going to retire? You know, the government may tell you it's later than you want it to be. You know, what did I find out this weekend? My retirement age is 67. Mm-hmm. And some of the other folks we were with this weekend, same thing, 67. It's like, damn. You know, what happened to like 65, 62 would be nice, you know? But no, now it's 67.
Why? Whatever happened to 25? You know what I'm saying?
I know, right?
Yeah.
Retiring at 25. Story about inflation. I mentioned how inflation is hitting even the tooth fairy. Inflation is having a huge effect these days. According to some recent data, a lost tooth is costing the tooth fairy an average of nearly $5 per tooth.
Man.
And hopefully we have no young children listening right now who only get $2.50.
Yeah, right.
Yeah. That's it's a little more in some parts of the country, and it's a little less in others. But the average nationwide is $5 a tooth. The Dental Care Alliance has created a map showing what the going rate per tooth is in every state. You can Google Dental Care Alliance and find it. Based on that, kids everywhere should try to lose their teeth in Delaware.
Oh, okay. So just go on vacation there.
Yep.
Yeah.
That's where the tooth fairy pays $9
Wow.
for a tooth. That's compared to Iowa, where the tooth fairy gets a better deal at an average of $2.30.
Can you imagine waking up, looking under your pillow, and you got $2 and then 30 cents? You're like, are you kidding me? Change? You give me coins?
Guess that's an average, right?
Yeah, I would hope. Yeah, I would really hope so.
Yeah. But
Man.
wow.
That minimum tooth fairy wage or whatever we're talking about, really different per state. That's crazy.
Time for today's random question, and our random question today is, what is something that strangers often incorrectly assume about you? What is something that strangers often innocently assume about you?
Oh, incorrectly assume?
Incorrectly, yes. Did I say innocently? Mm-hmm. What is something that strangers often incorrectly assume about you? And of course, you know, we tell our stories here. Mine is that, and this happened in church of all places. A woman came up to me in church once. This was when I was still working and you guys were younger.
Okay.
She came up to me in church once and she said, you know, I used to think you were so unapproachable.
Wow.
And that,
okay. Who says that to somebody?
number one, that's a kind of a slap in the face, right?
Yeah, right.
But it made me think, it's like, what kind of vibes am I sending off? You know, am I sending off like, don't come near me. Don't talk to me.
Apparently.
I guess, right?
Got a resting
witch
face.
I had a resting
there.
witch face?
Yeah.
Yeah.
I guess.
So, I mean, obviously when she said that, I started to wonder, what am I doing? You know, so I've tried to adjust and hopefully I'm more approachable.
He walks around with a sign that says, approach me. He's only had the police called on him a couple times.
Yeah, a couple of times, yeah.
Let's see.
All right, what do you think?
Abby says, Val says that I want to talk to them. Damn. I mean, hey, Abby said I second Val's answer. Yeah, right?
Yeah.
Diane says that I'm stuck up, but really I'm shy.
Okay, I can see that. That's probably common for some people, right?
Yeah, that's a good point. Yeah, that's that's probably partly mine. Yeah. I'm just awkward. I'm not rude. I'm not rude at all. Probably mine is that I'm mean. I don't know. I feel like I probably have a resting witch face sometimes.
And as you've said before on this show, it may look like you're constantly picking on Dad.
Yeah.
This is what we do.
This is love. This is all love.
If he is nice to me or does not speak to me, then something's wrong.
He's like, wait a minute.
Yeah. What'd I do?
He's about to murder me.
What did I do to
He's going to murder me right now. He just complimented my shoes. He is going to kill me in my sleep. Probably for me that I'm mean. I'm actually a nice guy. I'm a big softy over here. Yeah, that's me. Let's see. Gail says, I'm often called sir. Really?
Really?
Interesting. Is it like a military thing? Is it like military people calling you sir or something like that?
Right.
That's interesting. Val says, Matt, you're not mean. You're quick-witted and sarcastic. Yeah, but I think the sarcasm quickly translates to mean quite often. There are times when, I have to clarify. I can read the situation and I have to clarify that it was sarcasm. I have to explain the joke, which I hate doing.
Yeah.
But yeah, because it can often, if I don't tell it right, it can come across as mean. And also, many people think I'm disrespectful to you, I think. But I always tell him, if it ever goes too far, let me know.
Yeah.
Every time he jokes on the show about me picking on him, during the break, I'll be like, hey, if you ever want me to stop, just let me know.
Let me know.
Yeah. So I'm not a bad person. I swear. Anyways, anybody have any other answers?
Any other? Let us know.
Yes.
So we want to work smarter, not harder, right? My mom used to say that.
Amen, Nana.
Nana also used to say, use your head and save your feet.
Ah.
Meaning if you're going upstairs or going out to the kitchen to get something, think of, is this everything I need? You know what I mean? So use your head, save your feet.
Pete's translation is get somebody else to do it.
Yeah.
You know?
Hey, Matt.
Hey, while you're upstairs, he just waits in a corner. He's going upstairs. Hey, while you're upstairs, can you grab my shoes?
Throw away your to-do list, experts say, and replace it with a when-to-do list. Productivity expert Donna McGeorge says, pay attention to the clock in your body, not just the one on the wall. Human beings have circadian rhythms. We were designed for mental alertness in the morning and physical dexterity in the afternoon. She suggests dividing your day something like this. Divide it first quadrant. Okay, first quadrant, the first 2 hours of the day are for high-intensity, high-impact work. We got the show. The most important things that you are being paid to do. Stay away from your email and get to writing proposals or coming up with new ideas. All right, so the first quadrant, that's your creative time, man. Go with it. The second quadrant, this is the time to have one-on-one and team meetings around projects where you still need your smarts. If a coworker needs advice or input on a situation, late morning is a good time to schedule this conversation.
Yeah, disciplinary meetings with you happen at that time.
I know, I've noticed that.
Yeah. Yep.
The third quadrant, use the 2 hours after lunch for low-intensity tasks. These are things that you don't think of as important, but they still have to be done. Things like filing, reviewing reports, and this is the time, by the way, to process your email.
Oh, okay.
Okay,
right.
So those 2 hours after lunch. And the fourth quadrant of the day, this is when you have the greatest impact. Wrapping up your day, tidying up loose ends. This time can also be used to do things that will help your mornings, the next morning, go smoothly, like deciding or laying out what to wear or packing a lunch for you or your children. So they say to be smarter here and not have I have a to-do list every day. But,
Same, yeah.
But more to have a when-to-do list,
Which I guess makes
Morning,
sense.
Lunch.
I always put the biggest thing first, the thing that takes the most effort first, or at least I try to. The only thing, I wish the show was 2 hours later. At the beginning of the show, I'm not on top of things yet.
That's true. You need those 15 minutes to wake up.
I think my jokes get better as the show progresses. The post show is when I'll be the funniest. Everybody stick around for the post show.
Yes.
Because that's when me and Peter Right there, we finally click in the post show after the show.
I remember when we were planning the show. So this goes back like a year ago now, right?
Yeah.
I came home from Virginia
May 1st.
May 1st.
A year ago.
Yeah. So I've been home for a year. And we started talking about the show. And I remember we said, what time should we do it? And I think the first thing I told you was, I ain't doing 6 a.m.
Yeah, which that was, with me, that was never a question.
No.
But then both of us not being morning people, can we get away with 11? We were like, nah, we can't do that.
Then I thought about 9, but I don't know how we settled on 8.
I just feel like 8's a good time. I feel like people are either getting ready for work or like they're at work in the beginning of their day where maybe they could watch the show.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
8 felt right. I regret it, but
By the way,
here we are.
Anyone who is listening or watching this later in the day, if you have what time do you watch it? Let us know. I'd be curious to know that.
Yeah, put it in the comments of the YouTube video or message us, email us, whatever.
Yeah.
Fax us. I don't have a fax, but it'll go somewhere. Maybe they could let us know.
You'll see at the end of the show all the different ways to contact us, including voicemail. You could call.
Yeah, that's true.
Tell us what time you are watching this, because that'd be so cool to know. Finally, this morning, a lot of writers spend time in cafes and coffee shops. You always see that. When you go to a coffee shop, you always see somebody has a laptop up. Mm-hmm. Maybe they're writing the next novel, whatever. But how productive is that time in the coffee shop? Well, that is something that a cafe in Tokyo is hoping to fix. We'll have to see if this makes it to this country. It's called the Manuscript Writing Cafe in Tokyo, and it's all about helping writers finish their projects. When you go to the cafe, you need to state your writing goal for the day. You can't just order coffee and go sit in the corner. You are not supposed to leave until you accomplish that goal. You are also asked to choose either mild, regular, or hard options. This has nothing to do with the type of croissant you're getting or your coffee. If you choose the hard option, someone will actually look over your shoulder and monitor your work. That would drive me crazy.
Yeah, right.
If you choose regular, that involves someone checking in on you every hour. That'd be better, right?
Mm-hmm. I guess.
And if you choose mild, that just means you have to bring your work to the counter at the end of the day to show what you've done. Further motivation to get things done, there is a shaming board of sorts where they will list the names of people who left before accomplishing their goal.
Oh, my.
I would love to follow up on this to see how's this working for the writers. Has it really helped them to focus and get something done? Or that would drive me crazy.
I would think it helps, but you'd have to be very careful for what goal you make for yourself. Because what if you go there and you're like, I'm finishing my book today, and then creativity just doesn't strike.
No, it's not a good day.
You got two options. You can go up on the shaming board, or you can write a bunch of nonsense to fill up the pages. Because what are they going to do? Give you a grade? Like, no, this is a C+. Sit back down. You're not leaving until...
I have read from some writers who write every day. Mm-hmm. I mean, a lot of your successful writers, like David Baldacci, John Cruz, they write 8 hours a day.
You don't write like 117 books. I have no idea how much they write, but you don't write 117 books by not writing every day. So,
right.
Yeah.
And, you might think, well, suppose it's not clicking that day. They still write something.
Yeah.
They will just write to get something out of their head. May never use it, Yeah. It may be edited out. Maybe it triggers another idea. Yeah.
The shaming board. Man. That'd also be a struggle if you're like just a person that just makes too lofty of goals. I feel like that'd be me. I'd walk in there and be like, barista, I'm writing an entire book today, and I'm not leaving until I do it. And then I walk up there at closing time. I'm like, I have a chapter, and it is garbage. Can I please leave? They take out a shotgun. No. You cannot. Sit back down.
You got to finish.
My last point.
Yes.
What happens if it's closing time and they're not done? Do you end up on the shaming board?
Oh.
I feel like if you've been there all day, you should at least get points for trying.
Yeah, right. And who spends
I want to go home, and you worked hard enough. It's just not clicking today. Get out.
8 hours in a coffee shop?
Yeah, true.
Yeah.
I feel like people just go there for the aesthetic.
Aesthetic.
Yeah.
I
think that's what it is.
Imagine all the coffee you put away. You'd be jazzed
not
all
healthy.
day.
Not healthy.
Yeah.
Not healthy.
Well, that'll do it for today. Stay tuned for the post show. That's where we catch up on some chats, just hang out, and he's the funniest he's been all morning.
Well, that's a lot of pressure now. Thank you. Even though I'm the one that put the pressure on.
If you do have to leave, we do leave you with a thought for the day, and our thought today is, when you decide enough is enough, that's not you giving up. That's you just getting started. All right. Stand by. The post show's coming up. Hope you all enjoyed my sniff as we cut away for the musical interlude. See,
maybe one day we'll get things right here.
38 years on the radio, I always turned off my own mic.
Yeah.
And it's now, when I said we'll be right back with the post show, I didn't give him enough time before I went.
Well, what did you say? You were like, I was like, dude. And he was like, I thought you hit it. But like literally the second the music went up, he was like, music up. It's like, how are you supposed to be that fast? I've never been that. What? Yeah. And he knows it though, because he can hear it too. So he heard his sniff.
I knew I did it right away.
He heard his sniff and he looks at me. He's like, I'm sorry.
Oh, he blew it again.
It's like, great. Another disciplinary meeting after the show.
Did I tell you how I embarrassed myself this weekend?
No. But what better place to tell me?
I did. It was at choir. I did tell you about this.
Oh, that's right. Yeah.
I came home from church yesterday, and he said, how'd choir go? And
I always have to ask because Saturday night is choir practice night. That's when we all sit in the living room after we get takeout, and we all dance and vibe to the choir music, baby. Mm-hmm.
At our church, we don't have a choir practice during the week. One of the reasons is the choir director lives probably almost an hour away.
Yeah, that would suck.
Yeah. So what we do is an hour before service, we meet and practice. Mm-hmm. So sometimes I'm getting the new music that morning, and I'm just a guy. I don't like that. Mm-hmm. So
he can't work under these conditions.
Oh, I know. So we discovered that there is a website, jwpepper.com, I think.
What a name.
And that's a music publishing house. Mm-hmm. So we can go to that website and many times type in the name of the song, the writer, and you can click on and get a preview. Actually, you get the whole song. You can hear the whole song sung by, some choir.
Someone better than you. I'm just kidding.
Thank you for
that
pointing
was
that
me.
out.
That was mean. That was me. Sometimes I go to crack jokes and then I realize it sounds way too.
I
mean.
shouldn't have gone there. No.
Right off the bat. Let me apologize.
Now, this week, I didn't find the song, but I did find it on YouTube. Such an amazing place, this YouTube.
It's great.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So what I do is I start doing, they don't believe me, but I start on Wednesday.
We live in the same house. I hear everything.
You don't, he says he doesn't hear it till Friday, maybe Saturday.
Friday night.
Yeah.
That's when choir practice starts.
But anyway, I will go to, and I'll just listen to it and follow along with my sheet music so I can kind of get it in my head.
Sometimes I steal the sheet music and sing it completely incorrectly.
That's right.
Yes.
Yeah. So and then I play it in the car as I'm going to the church. So because I'm the type that once I get a song in my head, I can really sing it. Because
this guy just rolls up to a red light, windows down. Hallelujah. Everyone looks at him. He's just got his shades on. Like, yeah, what's up?
So this week, the choir was a little low in numbers, and the facts it was I was one bass. My usual other bass, he was in the hospital this weekend. So somebody filled in last minute. So there were two basses and one tenor.
Oh. So
we're in the back row. And the first verse, the women sang. The second verse, the men sang. But there's only three of us. So
he was like, I really got to step it up here.
Well, the three of us realized that. So we were trying to,
really belting it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I sang the wrong word. I don't know what it was supposed to be, but I sang Christ. Maybe it was supposed to be love. I don't know. It's just what happened was
I was supposed to be God and he said Satan.
Hey.
It was the biggest mix up. Yeah.
What happened was as we were singing the second verse, my eyes went to the first verse and sang that word. So
come on.
When we finished and church was over, I'm walking out and I asked Mom, I said, how'd the choir sound? And she said, good. I said, did you notice I blew a word? And she said, well, I knew something happened because Tom, who was standing next to me, she says, Tom just broke out laughing. He just
exposed you. That's funny.
So, yeah, that was my embarrassment. Now, what did you tell me yesterday about Thomas Rhett?
He on an award show, he was singing his song, Remember You Young, I believe, is the name of it. And he sang the first verse twice. He sang the first verse also as the second verse. So he just sang it over again.
Right.
And I think he was like the only, him and people that like know the song.
Right.
Knew that he messed up because you could tell him like once you start it, you got to keep going with it or else it's not going to make sense. So he just sang it again, but you could see him like smile. He realized he messed up. Yeah. So at least he didn't sing the whole incorrect verse.
Yeah. I only sang the one word.
And like I said, if you said something like the devil, that would have been bad. But you probably said another common noun.
And I tried
church hymns.
I tried not to react to it.
That's what you got to do.
Exactly, because I also then thought, well, then people will wonder which guy was wrong.
Yeah, true.
But I didn't know
the guy that was laughing.
But I didn't know Tom was laughing at me on the side.
Exposed.
You know what I'm saying?
All right, real quick. Abby said, where did it go? I learned about a Navy Blazer while I was down there. Yeah, that was when we had our Navy Blazer fight. Yeah,
I was going to record an interview that I do down at New Bedford Cable, and I put on. I don't know how you describe the color. It's blue. It's like a bright blue suit.
Yeah.
Right? So
you said that because we were talking about suits at the time.
Yes.
And you were like, I'd love to get a Navy suit.
Right.
And I just looked at you. And I was like, you're wearing a Navy suit.
It's not navy blue.
It's Navy.
No.
Like a lighter Navy.
No, it's a lighter
Navy.
It's a lighter blue.
Navy.
It's not navy. Oh. No, navy is the color. Your hat is navy blue.
Yeah. Yours was just a little bit lighter.
I don't...
Still navy. Hey,
I don't know. Was it...
Hey, you. Get over
here. Was it like the color of a little windscreen?
No, this is royal blue.
Oh. So I wasn't royal.
No, you were wearing like a lighter navy blue.
No, It was not navy.
Okay. So anyway, Abby says it's a bright, dark blue suit. But what would bright, dark be? Light navy. No?
Yes. I've never heard light navy.
You just did.
Okay.
Yeah. Abby said it honestly scared me. What, the disagreement or the color of the suit?
Probably
the disagreement.
Probably.
That's every day.
Should I
it's
wear,
not like a fight.
should I wear the coat tomorrow to let everyone decide?
That'd be extremely fancy. I don't know.
Yeah, it would be.
We've never
It
reached
would
that
be.
level. What are you? You're not even looking out the window.
You don't know what's going on.
You're barking to bark right now, dude.
Oh.
He wants the last treat, but it's my last treat. So after that, I have
After
no
that,
ammunition
we're-
whatsoever.
Yeah.
What else do we have here? Your little choir tangent made me lose my space.
I'm sorry.
That's okay.
Okay.
Diane says, I'm glad we don't have a shaming board for the Stumpah. Maybe we should get one. Stupidest answer goes on the shaming board. I don't think stupidest is a word, so I will be the first one on the shaming board, apparently.
Could you do another graphic? So
That'd be really mean.
we have the winner board, then we have the shaming board.
Every time I say someone has a bad answer on the Stumpah, I feel so bad inside after I say it.
Yeah.
But sometimes people, I don't know, the question like today, what was the craziest? Do you remember? Did we have a bad answer for this one? 7% of us say we never do this.
I don't
know.
I don't
think we had any bad answers for this one. Sometimes we have a bad one. I'm like,
Yes.
come on, are you kidding me? And then I'm like, man, that was kind of mean. Yeah. Let's see. Abby says I'll be on both boards. Well, because Abby's strategy is just to say anything.
Right.
So
And sometimes we think she's just looking around the room.
Yeah, she's
Stapler,
like, camera,
window.
light, Pete. Wait, what? Yeah. There was another thing. Everyone was saying confusing about the Stumpah. I don't think it was that confusing. Now that we have an answer, let me explain it.
Right.
The Stumpah was 7% of us say we never do this. What is this? The answer is wear underwear. So 7% of us say we never wear underwear.
Yes.
And the 93% of us think it's gross.
We do, and 93% of us do wear underwear.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Every day. That was the second clue. We do it every day.
Yep.
So I don't get how that was that confusing. Maybe because if he didn't know the answer. I mean, we knew the answer the whole time.
Yeah, that's true.
But 7% of us never wear underwear. And the other 93 think it's gross.
Makes
Pretty
sense.
straightforward.
I think so.
But then you guys were throwing in like, do the 7% of us also think it's gross? We just do it anyways? And I was like,
Yeah.
you'd have to ask them. I wear underwear personally. I don't know. I would assume that they don't think it's gross, and that's why they do it.
Now,
No?
the clues we decided not to give you, okay? 'Cause
Yeah.
we still had these in case we carried on.
Yep.
I was going to say, where is it? My clue today was going to be, I don't see how this is comfortable. Would that have helped? We kind of thought
Yeah.
maybe
I thought that would give it away.
Yeah.
But clearly the one we did give it away.
And our final clue was, has something to do with clothing. The fact that people
Yes.
don't wear that part.
Gail says the question always makes sense when you know the answer. True. I'll give you that.
Yeah.
I'll give you that. But I do think you guys were like finding loopholes. You were like, wait a minute, but theoretically, do they have a medical reason as to why they can't wear underwear? You know what I'm saying? I'm like, I don't know. Just ask them. Abby says the way you said she won was confusing. I agree because
Yes.
he didn't say
Yeah.
that you won. He said it was the wrong answer, and then I didn't know what to do because it was the exact answer.
I later looked and said, that's the exact wording.
Yeah.
But I got caught up in that whole
That's where it got confusing.
never do this.
Yes.
So it's like,
Yeah.
when you were saying wear underwear, it's like that. I was thinking that's something someone does do, but is it never done? Okay.
Yeah.
So.
It was kind of confusing. I don't know
Okay.
what tomorrow's will be.
Hey, we're gonna
I
move
haven't
on.
looked yet.
Yeah,
I haven't looked yet, but hopefully it's a little bit easier.
Makes more sense, maybe.
You know it's bad when you guys start questioning so much that I start getting confused and I have the answer.
Yeah.
So, Abby says the girl who trained me said she worked smarter, not harder, at least 37 times. However, she definitely did not. I think the people that openly admit, besides Nana, that they work smarter, not harder, are just lazy. But then again, there's a famous quote, I think by Bill Gates, who said if he wants to learn how to do a job easier and faster, have a lazy person figure it out. Because they'll always find the easiest way to do something.
Good point.
Which, yeah. But then you got the lazy people that just don't do it. So, don't go to that lazy person. They'll be like, oh, easiest way? I'll just go home. Somebody else will do it. That's what that's my strategy.
Yep.
Let's see. What else has been going on today? How's everybody doing?
Did Mia ever tell us if she had a nice birthday?
Mia, how was your birthday?
How was it? I think Saturday, maybe?
Abby did say, back to cutting the grass, trim the patches with a weed whacker. I don't do that because I'm not that accurate with a weed whacker. Like,
oh, really?
Making things an even length, I don't like doing that.
Oh, I got you.
It's never as nice of a cut as a lawnmower.
Because you always go too far in on one spot.
Weed whacker just for the edges.
Okay.
And like the sidewalk, like right along. I'm pretty good at that. I make things look pretty good around here. Okay.
Gotta love it.
But yeah, not in the open field. I'm not gonna take a weed whacker. Val did say, tell Trish it's to save the bees. Tell Mom good to let the grass grow at first to get a good strong base. That's what I did, but she didn't accept that one. Can cut, but not as short as you normally. I hate doing that because then it just grows back like in like 2 days. It looks terrible.
We used to have a friend who's passed away, Chuck, who every time I cut the grass, he'd say, all right, now drop the wheels and cut it again. I was like, do people do that?
I was reading, totally not showing how cool I am. I was reading the instruction manual for the new lawnmower that we got.
Doesn't everybody?
I read instruction manuals not even to like set things up or anything. Well, sometimes I do if I need it. But like I read them to make sure I'm getting the most out of what we paid for. Like, I want to make sure there's no hidden feature to this lawnmower I didn't know about.
Okay.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
I want to know everything.
Yes.
And it's a good thing I did. I learned some things about the lawnmower. But anyways, I was reading it, and it was like, if the grass is too high, same thing. Put the lawnmower
wheels
up,
right.
Cut it once, put it down, cut it again. I'm like, what? No chance. I'm cutting this lawn twice in one day. No chance.
Well, we are also not lawn crazies. I don't know.
Yeah.
I don't know what to.
Yeah.
You know those guys where it's like, don't step on the grass.
We do the best with what we're working with.
Yeah.
You know?
I mean,
we've had dogs, and Pete's had children. Me being one of them.
Yeah.
The best of the four, some would say.
Remember
what?
when we had a fence?
He didn't deny it.
No. When we had a fence, we would have what we called a warning track around that fence because that was where the dog always ran to bark at people. Mm-hmm. So there was like no grass. It was like a warning track on a baseball field.
Well, between the dogs pee, like killing the grass in the middle of the summer, and also back in the baseball days when we were youngins, some of us liked to slide everywhere.
Yeah.
Some of us.
You could.
Not everybody. But yeah, so there was no grass there. There finally is now, though, now that the wiffle ball has
wiffle
stopped.
ball days.
Yeah.
He used to, he was a good hitter right from like the age of 2.
Mm-hmm.
But he used to have a thing where he would hit the ball and then he had to run all the bases and then slide into home.
Yeah.
Even if there was no play.
I was the only kid sliding in T-ball. Yeah. I still remember one time. We're getting pretty late here. This is probably the last story. But
okay.
I remember one time, because I slid all the time, I was pretty good at it. And you had me teach one of your softball teams that you coached how to slide.
Right.
And I felt like such a badass. I was like, I'm younger than everybody, and I'm coming here to teach you. I was like, everybody, quiet down and watch the master.
Watch the master. See, that happened when I got to be an older coach and the body wasn't cooperating.
Yeah.
Because I used to show kids how to slide.
Yeah.
But those days ended.
Yeah.
And that became bring a kid to the practice.
So big boy Maddie over here showed up to do it. The bases on the softball field were a little bit different. They didn't pop out of the ground.
Oh, right. They're not breakaways.
I rolled my ankle. I was so cocky, and I went in so fast. I was like, this is going to be awesome. I went in, jammed my ankle, twisted it, got up, was in so much pain, but walked off like I wasn't, and then like went to the dugout and cried. I was like, I am not going to, I just, everyone hyped this up. I'm so good at it. I'm not going to show people that I rolled my ankle.
Nope.
And then, I sat down for the rest of practice. Yeah, that was not a good time there, but anyways.
All right. Thank you so much for joining us today and for staying with us for the post show. Thank you. We do appreciate it.
Yeah.
And as we always say, no matter what, go out and make it a great day.
Peace.